Hey guys, this video is about the syllabus for Chem 143. Not the most exciting topic, but there's some useful information for you here, so we'll try to make it quick and painless. So once you get onto Canvas, log on to the class. Within the syllabus module, there's all this information here. The welcome letter, which you should have received before the class started. If you want to look at it again, just click on that link. A video on how the course works, which is a separate video from this. And the syllabus link, as well as the lab and exam schedule, periodic table, and just some short videos on how to use some calculators. We'll talk about all that later. Let's go look at the syllabus, because that's what this is about. So the syllabus has my office hours on it. These are available other places on Canvas. It also has a link to the Zoom meeting for the office hours. Guys, come by and buy any time during the semester during those office hours, and I can help you with whatever you need. It tells you when the exams are. They're most Tuesdays at 10:30 from 10:30 to 11. I'll talk more about those in a different video. Has the final exam date and time. The exams are all through Canvas using Proctorio. So recommended materials. Textbook here, it says Catalyst or similar text. I'm going to show you some links to free online texts, any of which will work. You do not need a specific textbook for this course. Everything's pretty much online. So extra credit, there is none, so please do not ask for extra credit, there is none. Now, the required materials. This is so that when you go and take your exams through Proctorio, you won't have any problems. So what you need to do, guys, is make sure before we get to our first exam that you have all this stuff. Well, you'll definitely need a scientific calculator the whole semester. You really should get that as soon as possible. Get the one that you're going to use and get used to it, because that's actually one of the places where sometimes people get mixed up at first is on how to actually put the stuff into the calculator, which I definitely will help you with through those videos, my office hours, or if you take Chem 133, we'll do that there too. But for Proctorio, you need a webcam, minimum resolution, microphone, reliable internet access. This is your responsibility, guys, to make sure that you have reliable internet access that's not going to cut out during the middle of an exam, because that would be disastrous. You need at least 250 megabyte of free space on your computer that you're using to take the exams with. At least 2 gigabytes of free RAM. Now, you guys are going to check your system and make sure that even though you might think you have 2 gigs installed, it might not all be free. The OS uses up some of that, so make sure you have 2 gigabytes free. Pretty much everybody has an Intel Pentium or better processor and operating system, Windows 7 Plus, Mac OS 10.11 Plus, Linux is Ubuntu 18.04 Plus or Chrome 58 Plus. So we will be using Proctorio, which monitors the exams. Proctorio, if you haven't used it before, it's an artificial intelligence program. It's not actually somebody watching you taking the exams. And so basically what you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure that your computer is set up so that it will work with Proctorio. And in order to make sure that that's true, I have a practice Proctorio quiz or exam, whatever, that you guys need to take during the first week of class. That's to make sure that you have everything set up properly. And it's not worth any points or anything, but if you don't take it, then what I do is I drop you as a no-show, because I'm not sure that you'll be able to actually use Proctorio, which we need to. Now, the other thing you have to make sure it's set up ahead of time, guys, is that your setup for taking the exams with your computer and the webcam and all that, you have to make sure that it shows your entire workspace. That means your hands, your computer, everything you're working on and all that. And that's real easy though. These pictures here show you exactly how to do it. If you have a laptop, no problem. Just make sure there's 3 to 4 feet of distance between you and the camera, basically, and set up like this. It'll be no problem at all. So you're going to want to make sure, set it up, maybe take a video of yourself, make sure that it actually shows everything in your workspace, and that should be good to go. If you need more information about how to set your system up, this is actually a link. Just click on the word workspace and it'll take you right there. All right, so the grading. There are 11 exams throughout the semester. I have Canvas set up to automatically drop your lowest, which means that your midterm, your exam score is based out of the top 10 scores, and that's worth 70% of your total grade. Online quizzes, which I'll talk about in a different video, are worth a total of 5%. I dropped 5 lowest there. Your final exam is worth 10%. This is a comprehensive exam over the entire semester, guys. And the lab, which I'll talk about in a separate video, is worth 15% of your grade. And the grading scheme is like this, pretty straightforward. Get 90% of the points and above, you get an A, and so on. The one thing to take note of, though, guys, is look here, a C. I've broadened that out. Any C is anywhere from 60% through 79%. Everything else is pretty standard here. This also is important here, where it's highlighted there. You have to turn in all the labs. If you do not turn in one lab or more, then no matter what score you guys get on the rest of the material, even if you get A's in all the exams and quizzes, you'll still get an F for the course. So make sure you turn them all in. Attendance drop policy. So this is online, so it's a little different, but I need you to take that practice proctorio quiz within the first week, or else I'll drop you as a no-show and give your spot to the next person on the wait list. This is to make sure that you have the proper setup to take the exams. Academic dishonesty. So we've had some problems with people using Chegg, Coursera, and a few other websites during exams. I check them. I always check them. If I find anybody that has used those, and I will, you will get it first. You'll get a 0 on that exam. You cannot replace it with anything. And I will fill out the paperwork, report you to the administration, goes on your record and all that. So please don't do that. Just study. It's so much easier. If you need DSPS, so it's a little different these days. If you have a DSPS form and you need extra time for an exam, let me know as soon as possible. I need a copy of the DSPS form signed by all that good stuff. And what I do is I set it up so that you start your exam earlier than the rest of the class, so that you get the amount of time you're allowed, but you finish the same time as everyone else. Late missed assignments. I do not give makeup exams. If you miss an exam, then you've missed it. So I do drop one, but try not to miss the exams, of course. They will start at the same at the time. I think it's 10:30 on most Tuesdays. They're half an hour. They're multiple choice, 10 to 15 questions each. Make sure you're on time. Sign into Canvas early, guys, because once that time starts, your time's going, and you're not going to want to come in halfway through and try to finish the test in time. Lab work. So I'll talk about this in a different video. There's a few things you have to know about that. The rest of this syllabus, this is a good thing for you guys to read. I'm not going to go through it with you right here, but I really recommend you read this. This comes from an article that I read in Time magazine a few years ago. It's about how to become an expert in anything. And kind of think about it, that's what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to become an expert in Chem 143, at least for this semester, right? So that's the syllabus, guys, and I'll be seeing you around.